Hey guys, how's it going? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at, I should have started with the box, but we'll do it now, the Gundam AGE-1 SPALLOW, number 112, Robot Damashii, Robot Spirits. You guys saw I already did the other two Gundam Age figures, so I had to get this guy. I do like ninja type characters, and this guy's meant to be all about speed and agility, hence the smaller frame. There's some posing options. And you can see he is super skinny, really skinny. Small feet, small lower legs, skinny arms, skinny torso. Definitely built, I think, for speed and agility compared to the Titus, and even compared to the normal version. He is super tiny. He also is the least likable of all of them. I think he has the fewest accessories and the fewest quality in engineering, in my opinion. So let's take a look. As far as paints go, he is no different than the other ones. His paints all look good. His face is all lined up nicely. The chest is good. Not quite as bright as the other two for the A there, but it's not bad. All the yellow's good enough. The molded plastics are okay. It helps that he's mostly blue because the blue holds the color nicely. The red does look a bit faded, but that's pretty normal for them. He looks pretty good overall. I mean, he's not bad in terms of quality of paint or that kind of thing. He only has a few accessories, so let's look at them now. First thing, we'll get this out of the way. He's got the peg for his butt. He's got a butt peg. He's got these cool forearm pieces, which I think are a must for displaying this guy no matter what. These just pop out like that. Just a long tab in there. Don't really worry too much about breaking the standard piece. This one I wouldn't pull on too much because they could separate. I don't think it would necessarily break, but you might have to put them back together. So the forearm pieces give him a nice little bit of flair. Gives him a little bit more bulk, which is barely the appropriate word since he's still so narrow. But it gives him, he takes up a little more space that way, and it gives him a little more design. So that's pretty cool. I like that. He has a total of 6 hands. You see here he has the hand for holding something in either hand. I already have those on because his, like the normal, are a pain in the ass. They have this swivel joint, which is a peg and a swivel to swap out the hands, but they don't pop out like the Titus, so you really just have to pry on them to try to swap them out. So I'm going to leave those on. He does have 2 fist hands though, as you can see here. They don't have any color, they're all just the solid black. The other ones all had 2 tones, so it's not as cool. Excuse me. And he does have these kind of open hands, so those are cool. I mean, he's going to be able to pose nicely. He's just not nearly as impressive. He has 2 different versions of his dagger. One is supposed to be ignited, one is not. I don't know the difference. Like I said, I haven't watched the show yet. This one's blue and has a little bit of metallic to it. This is just translucent green plastic. It's the exact same mold, and even though I don't think you're supposed to use both at the same time, he can hold them in both hands and it'll look much cooler if you pose them that way. So I say go for it. It's your toy, do what you want with it. So there that is. I'll go ahead and put one in his hand so you can see how he holds it. It's not the best situation, but he's not going to drop it, so it's okay. You just have to make sure you get it in there right. You want to get his thumb on there and get it into his hand properly. If you go too far down, it does tend to fall out easily because the thumb doesn't wrap around. It goes up kind of. But he holds it well enough. Decent size, and like I said, having both of them is going to make for a really cool looking display. So you might want to do that. Alright, let's look at his articulation. The head is the exact same. It's on a ball peg on top of the neck, which is on a ball peg again. So no problem there. It's actually a double ball peg, I think, for the head. Are the other guys like that? They are. They're double ball pegged. I didn't realize that, so now you know. And you know what they say. Knowing is 3/5 of the battle. Alright, shoulders, same exact thing as before. The arms can be interchangeable. If you pull on them hard enough, they pop out. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. But the arms do pop out at the gray parts. The torso does pop out here. Why isn't he popping out? Maybe he's not interchangeable with the others. Fact check time. I haven't looked at this guy as much as I should have. So, okay, he is. I thought I did. I thought I knew it. He's interchangeable at the torso and at the arms. They're just tight. So that's good though. We don't want them to be too loose, so they do pop out. You do have the butterfly joint. You have the hinge on the gray part there. You have the hinge in the shoulder. This is on its own kind of floaty hinge thing, but you don't want to mess with that because it's made to stay in place or it'll pop out this white piece. So when you move the shoulder, hold on to that white piece and it'll tuck into the blue part and it'll allow you to use the articulation and keep a nice fluid look. If you move this blue piece on its own, you're going to do that. And you don't want to do that. It's good that it just pops out without breaking, but you don't want to pop out this white piece because it's meant to stay there. So just put your finger on it and use the articulation and it'll be good. Alright, but as you can see, super good range of motion. No problem at all. Full swivel, everything's there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, of course you can get all the way up there. The hands are the ball peg with the swivel on them, so no problems there. Torso, ab crunch, works just as well, tucks in. Pretty much the exact same design for the torso, just a little skinnier. Side to side, again it works really well. And then where it connects, it has the hinge and the swivel. Full range of motion there. Same kind of skirts as Titus, same kind as half of the normal. It doesn't have the white piece there, which does give him just an ugly crotch area. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. He's got the same kind of flaps as the normal, except they're a little more plain and they are kind of loose, but they'll hold their position. So just a standard hinge on that. And the back piece, it has the ball peg. So basically the same setup as the Titus, just a little uglier. His hips, however, are horrible. They are similar to the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z figures in that they can swing down like that to give him an even better range of motion. You can get his leg almost 45 degrees up, but they don't go to the side for crap. They don't go to the side very well at all, and having this joint in here, they affect each other. So as you move one, it moves the other one. You can put the other one back up too, but you have to use two hands and it's really awkward. And the ball pegs for the hips are kind of loose. So it's just not as effective as it should be at all. There is a thigh swivel built in, so that's good. His gimmick for his knee joint, when you bend the knee back, this part tucks in. And this part, the kneecap kind of swings around, so that's pretty cool. You can get his leg all the way back, no problem at all. You can even tuck that in a little bit more than it goes on its own. And he has his gun that pops out from his knee flap built in. So you can get some pretty cool looking poses out of that with his knee thing if you want. I probably would just leave it folded up just for the sake of making it look nice and clean and streamlined. But it is in there, so if that's your thing, then go for it. Be you, man. Be you. Alright, and then the ankles. Horrible, horrible, horrible ankles, Bandai. What were you thinking? These are not good. The normal couldn't pose, but they looked good. The Titus could pose like crazy, but didn't look that great. This one, I don't know what it can do well. The only thing it can do well is swivel, because you can see it's just one giant swivel. So that's okay, but the only forward and backward movement, other than a little bit right there, which is okay, but it's not a whole lot, is this joint here, which is pretty much useless. It's going to be super duper difficult to balance him with that, because the heel doesn't move at all. So moving it back is only good for like a jumping pose. You can't make him like put his foot forward, his heel doesn't move, and that's such a small foot for him to stand on, bringing it forward. I don't know what they were thinking. It pops out way too easily on this side. Maybe I can push it in to get it to stay. So it does have the hinge there, and then the ankle rocker is built in. So, I mean, technically, there we go. So technically, it has the range of motion, but goodness gracious, it's ugly. And it isn't even that good of a range of motion. So, that's not good. This guy's hips and ankles really detract from the rest of the figure, because even though he's skinny and doesn't have as much going on as the other ones, he's still pretty cool looking, and you can put him in a cool ninja pose, and he's definitely going to be a nice looking piece. But once you look at the ankles and the hips, it's not going to be an ideal situation. So, I mean, he's cool, he's just not that cool. If you want to see what they look like up against each other, that's him with the normal. Let's get his head straight so you can tell. So the normal definitely has a lot of bulk on him, even though he's not that thick to begin with. Just about the same height. I don't think I did a height measurement for this guy. So of course you can make him taller if you want to extend those hip joints, but I wouldn't recommend it because they're already too ugly for me. Yeah, he's about 5 1/4 as well. And then up against the Titus, he looks like he's got an eating disorder. Really skinny, but also he looks like a ninja, so that's cool. So I'll stand them all up real quick since this is the last review. You can see what they look like one last time. There's the Titus, there's the normal, and then the SPALLOW, which I think is also known as the Sparrow, and there's a translation thing going on there, but I'm not certain, so I'll just call it as the box says it. Alright, let's get the camera down real quick. Excuse the noise if there's noise coming through that. And there you go. There's all 3 of the Gundam Age figures. I do recommend them. They're not perfect. They're definitely stylized, but they are pretty cool in their own right. So I think if you can, you should probably pick up at least one of them, whichever one you think is best for you. I would recommend either of these 2. They're all cool though, and I do recommend them. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.